Swift taking out XRP, the number one question I've been getting. Let me just get to the point right away. The answer is unequivocally, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So in today's video, I'm going to break down my opinion on why I believe Swift is not taking out Ripple or XRP and why I still believe that XRP is going to be the most disruptive technologies in the world. Write this down. It is not a zero-sum game. Private and public sector are coming together. There's going to be competition, cooperation. It is going to be a very, very healthy ecosystem as we move into the new financial system for the next 100 years. We're moving from a centralized, controlled system to a decentralized public and private sector system where there's cooperation, communication, and you're in the driver's seat. The road's going to be bumpy. It's going to be uncertain sometimes. But if you make your investments based on one announcement, you're going to get wrecked 100% of the time. The number one thing in investing is conviction, conviction, conviction. I am convicted that XRP will be one of the top two cryptos in the world. I'm convicted that Bitcoin and XRP will be my two greatest investments in my life. And I focus on XRP, Bitcoin, Solana. Those are my top three. The rest, I'll tell you my top six. XRP number one by a long shot for our company and personally. Bitcoin number two. Solana number three. XLM number four. WFI shot into number five. HBAR and VChain. Those are my top 7 cryptos. I have many other, but those are ones I'm focused on. I'm stoic. I'm calm. I don't change my plan based on news. So I'm going to share with you the facts, figures, numbers, logic, and why I believe that XRP and Ripple are going to dominate within the ecosystem. Remember, it's not a zero-sum game. It's the most disciplined, the most consistent, and the one who has blinders on that wins 100% of the time. Let's dive right in. Okay, so I'm going to share the tweet that I put out. I just wanted to answer this question because it was coming out nonstop, and just to be transparent with you guys, I post and I ghost. So I am a projector onto social media. I'm not a big consumer of social media. What I do is I use social media to my algorithm is very targeted towards macro microeconomics, studying billionaires, studying spiritual, biohacking, things like that. So I try the best I can to stick with, like, I go through comments in the beginning, but I stay away from negative comments. I don't even deal with that crap. But what I have seen is, I mean, constant messages from my academy, from private coaching clients. What do you think about Swift taking over XRP and knocking them out? It's not a zero-sum game. So I'm going to read my tweet and I'm going to explain, and then I'm going to give you some facts, figures, numbers, logic. I'm going to share with you where I think we're going. Okay. So people keep asking me what I think about Swift working with Ethereum. I don't think about it. Okay. I also was in the documentary XRP Unleashed rig from the start. I had sold, and you shouldn't do this, but I sold all my Ethereum for Solana. That would be a bad move for you to sell your Ethereum. It's going to do very, very well. It was more of a personal decision. Okay, so I'm a big fan of Ripple. I'm a big fan of XRP. I'm convicted in XRP and Ripple. And I didn't enjoy what happened with the SEC versus Ripple case. If you watch the documentary, you'll understand you shouldn't sell your Ethereum. That'd be a very bad investment move. Okay, but my personal thing, I sold all my Ethereum and I bought Solana. Okay, so I'm going to say this one more time. You should never make financial decisions based on my personal bias around an asset. Ethereum is going to do very, very, very well. That'd be a foolish thing for you to go sell your Ethereum. Just want to make that very clear. Okay. Swift is old, slow, and clunky. ETH is expensive and congested. Okay. Ripple built the new infrastructure. XRP is the future of cross-border payments, faster, cheaper, and scalable. It's not a zero-sum game. The best tech will always rise to the top. Don't let your emotions wreck your portfolio. I'm still all in on XRP. Always have been, always will be. Just like when the case dropped on December 20th, 2020 by Jay Clayton, when SEC sued Ripple, I said I'm holding on like a tick on a dog. It was life-changing. I bought at 17 cents, at 18 cents, at 50 cents, at $2, at $2.40, at $3. I'm still buying XRP. I buy XRP and Bitcoin every single day. News does not FUD me in, does not FUD me out. I have a very strict discipline plan inside and outside of crypto. Okay, so XRP and Ripple is getting a lot of attention out there. So I'm going to show you this from Patrick Bet-Davis that I posted on October 8th. I'm also going to show you the secretary, our new Treasury Secretary, which is so refreshing. He's sitting there with community banks, and he's talking about the new payment system changing. So check this out. This is with Patrick Bet-Davis talking about Ripple and XRP.
What a great point. ACH is younger than Wire, yet Wire is faster. So you're saying
with 10 warnings on it. When you click here, the other bank's going to get it. Be sure it's a bank.
Yeah, but you got guys. You hear Ripple, XRP, Swift, what that could do, and you saw how much money was put into Ripple just in the last couple of days, record breaking for them as well. XRP. So what is your thoughts with that?
Yeah, I think that Swift is a very antiquated system, and it's funny how like it's actually like a messaging device where you say, hey, we're sending you over X amount of money. Like, okay.
This is important. Swift is messaging. People think Swift moves. Swift doesn't move money. Swift is a messaging system. That's what ISO 20002 is. ISO is messaging, okay? Swift doesn't move money. Swift is the messaging system. It's slow, just like he said. It's antiquated. They're way behind, guys. Ripple's been in the game for a long time.
And the bank adjusts accordingly, so it doesn't actually send money, as far as I understand it.
He's
but
right.
All the stats.
Smart man, dude. Smart man. He's 100% right. It doesn't send money. It's messaging.
I've seen on how fast Ripple could do it, or any of the others that are competitors for that. They could do it much faster, much more cheaply, and that's really the pain point of replacing that system, is because you can't send money, a large amount of money, to somebody in another place in the world instantly right now.
You're not alone. A lot of people are thinking that. A lot of people.
Okay, so a lot of people are thinking that. Okay, now Swift is trying to get up in the game, right? That's why they're linking up with other, like Ethereum. They're linking up with. They're trying to get in the game, right? Everybody has to get in the game. There's going to be choice. Okay, you should go watch this on I think it was Fox Business. Yeah, so this is this type of stuff I watch all day. This is what I consume. I watch these things. I watch their moves. Scott Bessent is our new Treasury Secretary. Went from Janet Yellen to this gentleman. It's completely different ball game, right? He is full in on changing the payment systems, right? He's full in on a Bitcoin strategic reserve. They're full in on a sovereign wealth fund. Listen to what he says at the back end of this video. I caught it on the back end. It's 1 minute and 59 seconds, but listen to what he says on the back end, guys. Okay. He is also talking about in this full interview about competition. We want competition. We want Ripple in the game. We want Swift in the game. We want Ethereum in the game. You don't want a centralized system. We want choice. And that's exactly what he's talking about in this interview. In the whole interview, he's like, we want choice. Competition is good. We want banks to be able to decide who they want to work with.
One of the biggest regulatory changes from the Biden administration to the Trump administration, there have been a lot of them, is our emphasis on AI and digital assets. AI in the Biden administration was governed by diffusion. They were going to treat it somewhat like the nuclear program, keep it in a box. They were going to hand it to Google, Microsoft, Meta, and that was life. On the other side, digital assets had a near extinction event with Wells notices going out to many companies, banks prohibited from opening accounts. And I think the fact that we're creating, the term is sandbox, where there's a lot of experimentation, where there are a lot more offerings, and for community banks not to be locked in that they have to use like one of three dominant service providers.
So important. So the banks, community banks specifically, aren't locked into this centralized, you have to use this. There's going to be choice. And so if you're making a financial decision or an investment, who are you going to choose? Ripple, a company that is crushing it. Look at their board of directors. Look at the fact that they beat the SEC. They're the only true crypto with regulatory clarity. That's where I place my bets. I mean, look at who runs Ethereum. Look at the creator of Ethereum. Look at Brad Garlinghouse. I mean, that's how I make my investments, guys. That may be foolish, but that's how I make my investments.
Providers that for a wider range, if supply will push down price, choice will inform. Community bankers are, and the owners, whether they're family-owned banks, whether the shareholders are usually in the vicinity, And I think that they will be laser focused on the new technologies. And just like with the credit card companies, I think that new payment rails will exist. And I think we have to make sure that it's open for everybody. JP Morgan, Bank of America may have their own stable coin, but I think it's very easy, and you'll hear, you have two great participants, that you will hear that for community bankers to join together.
Okay. So you're just, and there was just a tweet that just came out. Banks are coming together, guys. Okay. There's going to be a new payment system. He just said that. Okay. Then we got Ripple just dominating out there. Securitize and Ripple are bringing crypto mainstream. Okay. Behemoths, BlackRock and Van Eck announced plans to tokenize money market funds through Securitize. Fund holders will be able to redeem funds assets through RLUSD directly on chain. Forbes magazine. It's time to tokenize the world. Breaking bonds and currency markets, the entire financial landscape is evolving. Blockchain is a powerful engine that creates groundbreaking opportunities for global business, guys. It's a learn how we're making payments happen with learn how we're making it happen with solutions for payments, custody, and stablecoin. I'm a big believer in Ripple, the company. I run 6 companies, and it's like you have to really look at the CEO, the leadership, the constant innovation, the constant partnerships. Okay. It's very, very important to understand the company at large, not just the fact that the price appreciation, not the hype, the actual company and the infrastructure of its Warren Buffett style investing. Okay. Ripple ventures into Middle East through partnership with Bahrain FinTech Bay to integrate blockchain and stablecoin infrastructure. Okay. And I'll leave you with this right here. Just in 4.1 trillion State Street says most institutions are expecting to double their Bitcoin and crypto holdings by 2028. All right, the future is here. Okay, so I'm going to break down exactly what I do in the beginning of the video. I shared with you my portfolio, not financial advice. I'm just very honest and open with you guys. On the back end of every video, I share with you my exact ecosystem. So the first thing that everybody needs is a profit-taking plan. So I'm the co-founder and creator of this tool that helps you, number one, keep your crypto safe. This is an interface. Check this out. This is our demo account. You can see all your cryptos from all your exchanges in one place. Okay, it's not attached to your crypto. It's just an interface. So imagine you're traveling around or you're at work and you're on the Wi-Fi and you want to look at your crypto. You don't have to put your crypto at risk. You can see it all right here. You can see your exchanges, see your portfolio mix. You can see all your assets. And most powerfully, you can set up a profit-taking plan. Okay. It's not, people always say, well, I gained this much. It's not profit until you take profit. Okay. And I'm going to explain to you why I take profits and what I do. So we have a whole ecosystem set up in here. We developed this because of the bull run 2020, 2022. We saw so many people get wrecked because they watched it go up. They tried to catch the top and they came sliding back down. They panic sold. So you can set up a, like a 50-50 plan, a 70-30 plan. You can set up your targets, and then we send you an alert. Merlin sends you an alert when you're getting close to your targets to keep you organized. We have the news based on your cryptocurrencies that you hold. And then check this out. You have a full market snapshot. And if you're like, well, how do I set up a profit-taking plan? All you have to do is click Get Started. You'll go to the videos. We have a whole section on how to, and then we also have amazing customer service. Okay, if you click down here, you'll see the little this little icon right here. So if you're stuck at all, you click our customer service. We will have a team member reach out to you and help you get set up. So in the description of my video, so if you just go here to the how-to videos, okay, boom. We have all the education down here. So go to the description of my video. You can download Merlin 30 days for free, or in my social media platform, just click that bio. Okay, cool. I operate in ecosystems, okay, with my financial, my spiritual, and my physical. It's all disciplined ecosystems that I feed every single day, okay? I don't believe in hype. I don't believe in hope. I don't sit there and wait for saviors, okay? I believe in Jesus Christ and God, and I believe that we've already been saved, and God's given us the free will to activate, to go out there and work hard, to plant the seeds, to till the ground. I love the story of the bamboo farmer, the bamboo tree. Go look that up on YouTube, okay? The problem with the cryptocurrency industry or investments at large is everybody's waiting for a savior. That's not how billionaires operate. They operate in systems, process, structure. They make big macroeconomic decisions based on how the feds manipulate us. They manipulate us through interest rates. Okay. They control money supply and job markets. So we got interest rates, right? If they keep you in debt and they keep you on the right side of the debt quadrant where you're broke and borrowing against your future self, okay, then they get you with the hidden taxation with this inflation. And all they do is move money back and forth through the system. Warren Buffett isn't sitting there worried about gas prices being $5. When he sees gas prices at $5 and he's buying eggs at $7 per carton, he's like, uh-oh, I need to go move my money somewhere else. What we do is we panic and we put money on our credit cards instead of going and trying to create a budget and create more income to richest man in Babylon, multiply it. One man's assets or another man's debts. That's it. There's no real money in the system, guys. So your job, number one, is to get on the right side of the cash flow quadrant, number one. Number two is to get on the right side of the debt quadrant, okay? Because if all the money in the system is debt, you're either on the debt or the asset side. That's it. We're at 120% debt conversion. There's no money in the system, guys. Your US dollar, okay, so you see $10,000 in your bank account. This year, it's gone down 11% in buying power. So you see 10, that's a trick. You see $10,000 and you're like, oh, that's 10,000. Actually, your purchasing power went down. It's not that things are getting more expensive, it's that are devaluing your currency. Okay, you see my crypto going like this, but since 2020, it's gone like this and your dollar has gone like this. Okay, you're scared of the volatility. I'm all about it because I'm a long-term holder and I can see it going up and I'm putting it in something. It could be gold, it could be silver, it could be crypto, it could be real estate, it could be, you have to beat inflation. Okay, very, very important. So that's why I created Capital DR. It's my system. Cash flow, cash is trash. If cash keeps going down, why would I store cash? I put my cash flow into assets that appreciate that beat inflation. That's all I'm looking at. It doesn't have to be, I don't care what you invest in. I like things like digital assets. I understand them at a deep level. I use Bitcoin as gold. I love XRP. It's my number one holding. Okay. These are the reason why I love them is they're deflationary. They have fixed supplies and they become more valuable over time and they have a scarcity mechanism in them, right? Ripple burns, XRP, excuse me, burns every single time a transaction goes across it, has 100 billion in supply, never can be printed anymore. Bitcoin has 21 million. So people are like, oh, crypto's a scam. The dollar's a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme, guys. Your $10,000 sitting in the bank is deflating by 11% this year. But they took your $10,000 and what did they do? They beat the hurdle rate. They gave it to somebody else in an auto loan at 6%. They gave it someone a credit card at 19%. Okay, they put it there. You're using your money. They're beating the hurdle rate with your money. Okay. And so it's just thinking about money differently. It's just energy. It's just changing value. That's it. If you put a water bottle in a dollar store, it's $1. If you put it in a gym, it's $5. You put it in a pool in Las Vegas, the same water bottle, it's 12 to 20 bucks. What happened? The environment changed. That's all it is. Okay. So I focus on cash flow. I created cash flowing businesses. Okay. And I don't want to work until I die. Right. So Warren Buffett, if you don't make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. So I started taking my cash flow from my businesses and my earned income, my trading time for money, and I transmuted that into things that are passive. So I started getting into stocks and dividends. Okay. So I have my earned income. My earned income, 10% goes into stock dividends. So I'm getting paid off of somebody else's effort. Okay. When I get paid from the stock dividends and I have excess outside of debts and non-negotiables, bills, excess, I go into assets that have fixed supply, that are secure. For me, it's XRP and Bitcoin. That's what I believe in. So I stack XRP and Bitcoin every single day. I buy more every single month when it goes down, and I dollar cost average into XRP, Bitcoin every day. I buy it if the markets are down, when I have excess dry powder, right? And then every month I buy Solana, and then every week now I'm buying WFI. Okay. I buy things that I believe in. Okay. So now that's my appreciation side. When I hit profit, which we're going into heavy profit on the back end of this year here, I pull a little bit off the table. We're going to move Bitcoin over to leverage and I max fund insurance policies. I've studied methodically Richest Man in Babylon. Rule number 1, save 10%. Rule number 2, create a brother or sister. Don't play games with your money. Okay. It's all Warren Buffett style, right? So then I take some profit, I put it into cash value life insurance. I use tax code 77028 to multiply my money. The reason why the insurance industry gets a bad rap is number 1, these aren't set up properly. People are selling them to you as retirement policies. They're not retirement policies. Okay, they're cash value life insurance. If there's not cash in them and you're not funding them properly, they don't work. Okay, that's why you go 6 years down the road and you look at your policy and it's like, there's nothing in here because they didn't set it up correctly and they didn't explain it to you correctly. Okay. There is cost of insurance. It's life insurance. It's permanent life insurance. So there's cost of insurance. But what I focus on is the fact that it's a powerful way to me to put amount of money in, and then eventually I can borrow at it at a low leverage with no liquidity risk or no liquidation risk at 5% on my own money. I can borrow against my cash value from the insurance company at 5% to do what? To buy more cash flow, to buy more assets. And then I got my Bitcoin, which I explained to you guys where I bought my firm. It's paid off now. So I use low leverage on my Bitcoin. I borrowed from myself. They gave me cash. I owed them 14% on that cash, but Bitcoin grows 50% every year. Bought the firm. It's paid off. We basically bought a free firm. I made 36% on my money. Okay. It's thinking differently, guys. The way that I think is I don't care what you invest in, but you have to beat inflation. So as you're sitting there working really hard, trading time for money, you lost 11% of your purchasing power this year. The dollar went down 11% compared to world currencies, 11%. So you see $10,000 in your bank account. I see 11% reduction in your purchasing power. So I transmuted my cash into things that actually go up over time. The dollar's going like this. Bitcoin's going like this. Bitcoin has beat every single asset class in the last 10 years. I don't know what to tell you. That's the math. Okay. There's no emotion in it for me. Okay. There's no emotion. It's just math. It's just mathematics. Everybody's getting so tribal about their cryptos and so tribal about their assets. Billionaires are like, yo, I'm not there. They're not sitting there like, Warren Buffett's not like, oh my God, I'm attached to Coca-Cola. If Coca-Cola starts making mistakes, he's going to make some moves, right? He went into $340 billion in cash last year. He saw something coming, guys. Look at the Warren Buffett indicator on the overvalued stock market. He pulled into cash and he just made a big move into new homes, Lennar Homes. Why did he do that? Interest rates are coming down. It's going to be unaffordable to buy a home, right? A lot of people are going to go into new homes because it's better incentives. That's probably the easier way for someone to get a new home because homes are going to be unaffordable by 2030. Remember they said to you, you're going to own nothing and be happy. But the fact is Americans don't own anything and they're unhappy now. So we have to figure this out. You can't just wait for XRP to go to a certain thing. You can't just wait for Bitcoin to go to 1 million. You have to create a plan now and feed the ecosystem. Okay. Capital DR, and DR is de-risk, de-risk, de-risk. Anything that's high risk, I de-risk out into Bitcoin XRP. And when I get profits, I pull some off the table and I de-risk into insurance. So my money is, nobody can touch my insurance, guys. Nobody. Okay. So that's my system. I'm very passionate about it. I'm going to keep talking about it. We got our whiteboard rocking and rolling. We're going to be start doing some here probably in the next month. I'm going to start doing whiteboarding for you guys in my education section where it's live whiteboarding, where I can do a live show, where I can share with you guys everything I'm doing. I just want to get as much information to you guys as humanly possible. And I love you. I love you very much. If you made it this far, comment warrior. Warriors! Let's get your shit together. Love you guys.